What is good? What is good? What is good? How's everyone doing today? As y'all may or may not know, my name is Chris, and I make videos, and I make really cool videos on top of that. Nonetheless, we're going to be reviewing this music video that we just did. Like I said, it's called "Could Have Been You" by Isaiah Keaton. I feel like it's one of those songs where it really makes you dance, and I think that was the whole mindset that we had going into the video. And I don't know, I feel like we really pushed it. Like I said, we really pushed the creativity on this one, and I feel like it just shows for it. But yeah, I'm gonna play a few clips of it, and it's 3 minutes long. It's 3 minutes. It was 5 minutes ago, so yeah, excited to show y'all. So now we're gonna play "Could Have Been You." So okay. So I'm not gonna pause a lot. Don't I know we're 16 seconds in, but I'm not gonna pause a crazy amount. Don't worry, yeah. But the reason why I paused is because there's a lot of significance into the beginning of the story. So the main shot that I want to talk about is this shot over here. It's this and mind you, I'm gonna be putting the video in the corner somewhere. Like I'm gonna be reacting to it, and I'm gonna have it like a little either right here below, or I'm gonna have it in like a little corner. But that's that way so we could easily like you know what I mean. But this part of the video, and I'm gonna loop it too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just loop it. But yeah, 16 seconds in, we have like this establishing shot. It's Isaiah and Aisha, and they're basically standing under an umbrella, right? So location is very important. Location and costume design was very important in this one. I wanted to go for like a more earth tony, but kind of more of like a retro look, if that makes sense. And I thought that was very important for like the look of the shot, because it's supposed to give off nostalgia. It's supposed to give off like this was like a relationship back in the day, and it it was blossoming into something, and then it turned into something that it was a distant memory. So I really want to capture like that feeling with the clothing, and even with his suit, like his suit looks a little bit on the older side. Like he can still pull it off, but it like the environment gave off like 60s. I don't know why, but even if you look into the like the right side of the image, you can see like how dingy it looks. You know what I mean? And I really like that aesthetic and that look. And yeah, the importance of the umbrella is actually very important. It's to represent like it's kind of like it's like a memento. Like we wanted like a no, not a memento. What's the word for it? A motif. We wanted a motif that people could consistently like recognize. So like the umbrella was like a huge part of that, and I feel like it definitely helped because it symbolized um like it was like part of him. You know what I mean? It was part of Isaiah, and I think he captured it very well. Especially with Aisha, and she did an amazing job. She's very phenomenal. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going real quick.
It's snowing outside, the summer just passed. I find myself singing about what we could have had. I'm watching my phone just to see.
I was gonna say, quick pause here. First of all, this whole sequence from 16 seconds to 35 seconds, this sequence, I'm not gonna lie, was so nice. I feel like it's very subtle, like how everything transitions to each other. And I was really focusing on like adding in good beat drops and shit like that. And yeah, overall I loved it. I feel like when I was editing, I'm actually not really like I'm not gonna say I don't like editing, but my favorite part of the shoot is shooting. So like when I don't have like an idea in my head already for like how I want that first shot to look, it kind of makes it harder for me to like get into my creative bag. Once I get that first shot in my head though, like let's say it's like the first scene, like the first half, then I already know like how I want the rest of the music video to look. So it makes it easier. So this was low key like one of the harder parts because it was like I'm trying to establish a story and then keep y'all engaged and stuff, and then not reveal too much. Because I think a lot of problems with music videos nowadays is I feel like people reveal too much at the beginning, and then that causes the video to just be boring. So I was very focused on like just establishing the story first, introducing Isaiah as a character, realizing that like, okay, like we're in the same location now, but he's in different clothing. So I want to show that, okay, like this is like him kind of walking down memory lane in a way. So that's why we had those shots of him and the girl like together, and then him like singing, like walking and shit like that. And then this is when I actually started really getting good with like the gimbal and like purposely like forcing myself to use the gimbal. And I'm super happy I'd forced myself because like it came off like just really good. Like I'm not gonna lie, the camera movement, like, and this is not even like to like toot my own like horn or anything like that, but just like what I wanted to achieve with the gimbal was like it was spot on. Like right here, like right here at 19 seconds, bro, like amazing. Yeah, at 19 seconds, bro, like just that establishing shot.
I find myself singing about what we could have. I'm watching my phone just to see if you call me. Am I insane for thinking that you still want? Cause I still feel the same. I still feel the pain when I talk about.
Okay, so lot to break down here. So first of all, this whole, I'm not gonna lie, this train yard kind of thing, we almost got kicked out of here actually. It was fire. Like the place is just like fire location. And I think we picked the perfect time because it wasn't super busy, but we thought it was an abandoned train yard, right? Like it was not abandoned at all, actually. It was very functioning and it was very like active. But they basically do a lot of they do a lot of luggage, not luggage, like they do a lot of goods shipments, if that makes sense, goods. And yeah, they would like drop off fucking like big ass trailers like these ones. And it was just so funny because like we thought we were gonna get hit with trespassing. I'm not gonna lie, because it said actually we didn't even see the sign, but yeah, we thought we would get hit with some shit. But like the conductor guy was like, yo, like I don't care, just let me finish my route, and y'all could go back in there, shoot y'all video. He was actually really cool. Shout out to bro, because he allowed us to finish the video. And like he didn't give us a hard time. Usually like people give a hard time to creatives and stuff like that, but if you're super nice and accommodating, they'll let you do what you gotta do. So shout out to bro, he was amazing. But nonetheless, great location. Honestly, like the shot with the graffiti, like, was very intentional. I want him to feel very small in this grand world, and I want to kind of make him feel like he was like just going through it. He's just going through life, and like he's still reflecting. I kind of want to keep that same theme of the browns going on. So as you see, like his jacket is like this tannish color, and he has the shades on. It's kind of cool. Like he gives all this cool look, but simple. He's just out. Like he's not showing out for anybody. He's just he's putting on his outfit to go and make a song. You know what I mean? So, and like go down memory lane and stuff like that. So it was really cool to like really embody that. Yeah, bro, it was a really nice location. Honestly, shout out to Frank for helping out a lot. Unfortunately he's not with us, but I hope that he's doing well in everything that he's doing in life. God bless him. But Frank was definitely like helping a lot. So was Ari. Both of them were like my right hand people during this shoot. This whole process, they've been great. Frank was driving us around a lot, so shout out to him. He was really like just going crazy because a lot of these places are like, because we're from New York. So if you're not from New York, there's this place called I'm not trying to give too much of the sauce, but like there's an area near Williamsburg and Bushwick that's like mad open, but it's super hard to get to because it's like a lot of the trains that run there don't run properly. So there's a lot of like in this area, there's a lot of studio spaces where creatives like go and do photo shoots and video shoots. But because of how it's layered and like not layered, but how it's like how it's sectioned in the city, a lot of the places you have to take a bus or walk. So it just sucked because the L train is there, but it's like after the L train, it's like sometimes it's not accessible. So that was the main caveat when we were filming. But honestly, it turned out great. I can't complain, for real. So yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I really like how this is going so far. We're 46 seconds in. This is a lot of shit.
Hey, when I talk about it could have been
You see that? That's what I'm talking about with the gimbal work. I really fuck with it. Yeah, I want to find different ways of like editing the sections with them two in it because I really want to showcase the story and then also dancing. Because at first, this was mainly dancing, right? When I first did my first draft of it, and we were talking about it a lot, and like Isaiah really wanted it to be more like, no, he wanted the story to be the main thing. Like he wanted it, because the dance was like, at the beginning, it was like, I'll say like 60% dancing, 40% story. We had to, 180, like it turned into like dancing was more like, I would say like 20%, 80% story. You know what I mean? Because dancing was a big part of it, but like, you know, we want him to really showcase like this is his video. Like this is the dancing is cool, but like what does he have to offer, you know, in the story specifically. So, you know, it was really cool that we were able to do that. And honestly, it just turned out amazing. You know what I mean? So the dancers we shout out to the dancers, honestly. Shout out to the dancers, shout out to the choreographer. They were amazing. The choreographer was amazing. They actually was helping us out a lot with a different project too. But they're really talented. They've been doing it for a minute now, and I'm gonna put their Instagram down below too. So, but yeah, I'm gonna just shout out right here. Yeah, they did amazing, and the dancing was very dynamic, very fluid. It matched the song a lot too. Like it really gave off like this feeling of like bliss, but it's also like it gave off like, you know how Hey Ya was, where like everyone was dancing and singing, but it's actually a sad song. Like this is really like a sad kind of like breakup kind of song, but we wanted it to feel happy, you know, with the beat. You know what I mean? So that's why we opted for this dancing kind of like, you know, it was really fire. I loved it. I loved every second of it. Yeah, the choreographer, crazy. Yeah, like yeah, that honestly is fire. Like this video, yeah, I don't got no complaints about it, honestly. Like the way if everything flows, and like, you know, we really showed how, you know, she's disappearing from his life, and then, you know, immediately hit you with the dancing, because it shows like, okay, like don't worry about the sad stuff right now, like focus on the dancing. You know what I mean? So like that's what made it also fun too, like when we were doing this. So this is great. And then now this is the second half of the song, and we have a very special guest.
It turned into rain. Season just passed, but I feel the same. I turned off my phone.
Yeah, okay. So me going back, right? Because I thought there was gonna be more of that. But my girlfriend is actually the one that was like dyeing his hair. Shout out, shout out to all the girlfriends out there, but specifically my girlfriend, Akira. She was amazing. I really appreciate you for helping out with this shoot. She was also, shout out to her. She was also like right hand woman. Like she was helping me with the tripod. She was like giving me like a second opinion. Like, oh, like I don't think this looks right. Like let's do it like this. You know what I mean? Like really helping where like I was like struggling. So helping me like make sure like I was staying grounded and stuff like that. She's amazing. So I would just want to say I'm really happy that she was there. Shout out to you, love. But yeah, she's right there. She's like adding in the fake dye into his hair. And this was very important to the story. Like it really shows that he's going through a transformation period. And he's shedding off all the layers of his clothes because the plan actually, it was very intentional. He wanted to do layer by layer by layer, like revealing that, he's a new man and he's letting go of this person, right? Could have been you, the title. So it was very cool getting like some of these shots. I'm not gonna lie, like I felt like I really pushed myself like creatively, you know what I mean? So that was really nice. Shout out to Akira though, like for we gotta talk about this shot. This shot right here, this shot was super cool. I really like that. We actually burned this. Like we found newspaper and we was like, yo, like even though it wasn't the same newspaper, we was like, fuck it, like it's like, no one's gonna notice. But yeah, but the newspaper is important because it really like we want to show like, yo, this nigga changed from like this regular nigga to this new transformation. Yeah, like that slow reveal, and then the dancing too is like it's smooth with the dancing because like, yo, I'm very into like movement with camera and then moving it with the scene. So like I purposely went to the right side because like they were doing like this post move, this post, and then that post allowed me to go around them because they were coming in. So I remember the choreography to a T. I remember the choreography to a T because look, I go around to the right side. And I love this shot. This is actually one of my favorite shots in the whole thing. It just looks so good. It looks so nice. Like the way the sun was hitting it, I was purposely trying to get the sun to hit him from behind, And this long track. Remember this long train yard from before? Now he's walking it, but it shows that time has really passed. Like, cause I wanted to feel like, oh, he's been walking for a long ass like time. You know what I mean? So it's fire. Shout out Akira. Yo, to get that shot where it was like above like that, we had to really so where we was at, where we would like, we did the burning effect with the paper. We basically told him to go all the way back down to where he was walking on the tracks here, and then I just switched spots with him, and I just recorded him from the top, get a nice little top down angle. So as you see, like as the song picks up in pace and speed, like we're adding more and more clips, and there's a reason for that. And the reason why I recommend doing that when you're like making music videos and stuff like that, and going with the song sometimes and going with a flow, because like purely right here, I was just going with the flow. Like it was like we was chopping it up really well, and then there's a point in the song where it breaks, right? It just breaks, and then that's where like the music's like the vocals stop, but then the beat is like it's like a subtle beat. And then that's when it goes like, and that's where the dancers are doing like their little dancing break kind of thing. And that's where I want to focus on the dancers, right? So that break was super important because when the guy comes in, right, he's doing his little move and he kicks out, boom. That's when the song picks back up again. And then that's when we add in the fire shit again. So I'm going to show y'all in a second, right? Because I just thought it was super fun and cool. Slow-mo. Yeah. Change of angle right there. So right there, right? So I'm gonna play that one more time, right? So what I did was that, okay, so for the dancing scenes, we actually was using 3 cameras. So we were using the FX30, we were using the A7 Alpha 4, and then we had a VHS camera, right? We didn't really use the VHS camera like OD, but like we were mainly like, it was just 2 cameras for real. So it was like the FX was the main shot, like the straight headed shot, and then the A7 was the gimbal. So I love using the A7 for the gimbal. I don't know why, but getting up close with the A7 was really fun. For the FX30, I switched the lens because since they're both Sony products, I switched the lens to a 18-55, I believe, for the FX30. But then for the A7, we used the 10-18 millimeter. So I was able to get really close in and like not be too like in their face. I was still wide enough, which is what I wanted, because it allowed me to get those like super cool close-ups without being too like in their face. You know what I mean? So as you can see, there was a top-down angle, and I had an angle right here where they were dancing, and I came back in. Yeah. And this is a really cool right here. This transition right here. Yeah. Hey. Boom. 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 I love this part. This is also my favorite part too. I'm gonna pause it right there. Because her solo is actually like a really good solo. Shout out to her too. She killed that solo. I'm not gonna lie. But before I even get to that part, the camera work was super important here to make it feel fluid. So all the shots, like even going around with the spinning shot where I'm running around, I literally ran around him. Like I ran around in a circle. And I wish I had more BTS footage from the shoot. That next time, definitely guys, for y'all, I have to get more BTS of the music video shoots. I'd be so locked in, but I gotta remember so that I could also put in the little clips of me on set showing y'all. But this shot in particular, I was literally running around, and then when he was running along the street, I was running with him, and it was super fun. And it was tiring because it's like, imagine you doing that 8-9 times with heavy equipment on and a book bag on. Like, it was just annoying, but it was so worth it because the shot came out so beautifully. But yeah, so we did the spinning thing, and then as soon as we finished that one, the dancing was really cool. The dancing was so great, and the camera work. That's what I was telling y'all. It's so important to have that camera work, like be in tune with the dancing and the movement of the shot. Because if you noticed in one of the shots, she like when her part comes in for her solo, or even before that with everybody else, right? So when we had the guy, right, he does his little intro where he does the wave move, and then he goes and he does the kick. So it grabs your attention because he demands it, right? So he demands your attention by just coming into the middle, right? He's having this little dance battle moment, and then it's like kick. And as soon as the kick happens, I edited to like make it snap to the middle again. So then that way is like him dancing and shit. Then he's like popping, and then the popping is like on beat with the song. And then the last subtle thing that I really liked what he did, and we actually drilled this in practice. Like we was making him do the swish motion of like basically moved out of the way. And that was so cool because it allowed us to transition to the next shot, which is basically the other guy dancing. So like if you see, boom, right? So when he comes in, it comes in mad smooth. So he does this little dance, yeah, yeah, and then she comes in, yeah, yeah. So that for her, right? So because she did this move, it made it easier for me to as a cameraman, I came out with her. You know, I wanted y'all to feel that wave, you know? So then I transitioned that a lot with I made her shot feel the most special one because she was the soloist. But if you see how the sun was hitting, like the shadows and stuff like that, not the shadows, how it was hitting everyone, and it made her like the center of attention. It made it really cool. Yeah, but that choreography was crazy. But yeah, look at this though. Fire, fire. I'm gonna say one last thing about that shot in particular. That was so hard to edit in post, and the reason why I'm gonna tell y'all it was super hard to edit in post because goddamn, she didn't do anything. No one did anything to make it hard for me to do it. It was literally me. I couldn't get it right because the first shot that I had 3-4 different versions of that shot in particular. So the first time it was something wrong with it. It just didn't hit as I wanted to because of the camera. Because when I came out, I didn't do it as smooth, right? And it was basically fucking with like my whole perception of like the shot. Because like it was like this is not smooth and then everything else is smooth. I don't like doing that. So I'm a perfectionist in that way. So I found a different shot where it actually helped in our favor. Like because Isaiah was like, yo, like I want a lot of shots of me too. It actually helped out a lot because I didn't have to worry about like for this shot in particular when she comes out, when she goes down on the ground, and then I transitioned back to Isaiah. It actually worked out in our favor because it kind of hid the blemishes that we did. So it's all about adapting and rolling with the punches sometimes. You know what I mean? So that's what I really loved about this video. I had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, like because of that, we were able to, hide some stuff on my end that I was messing up on that y'all didn't even get to see. And then when she was doing her solo, everything after that was like perfect, right? Like because it was like a still shot of the FX30, and then it was like me coming out with the gimbal, and I was like, yo, I want to do like just a slow attention grabbing like pull out, and I think it was just done beautifully. And then we have a lot of shots of Isaiah right here, and then boom, boom. So like I said, those are 3 shots, right? So the first shot was the pull out, and then the second shot was the top down side angle shot on the right side, and then we had the last one where it was right dead center. So the only caveat about the shoot, oh my god, there was so much, like there was like little stuff that was like, where do I even start? Like first of all, this was this guy in the background. Like in this shot, there was a guy with a moped, and he was just playing his music super fucking loud. And like he came out of nowhere. We were here first because this spot is actually like in New York, and we got there first, and he ends up just fucking like taking over. And I was just like, oh, what the fuck, like. And we were tight because we were like, yo, we're almost done. We're just getting the last few shots and stuff like that. And he was just being an asshole. So, but we asked him, and he was like, nah, I'm not stopping my music for nobody. And we were just like, yo, why do you have to be like that, bro? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. If he's watching this, God bless him. Not. It's whatever. People are gonna do what they want to do, so you can't force. Especially if it's a public park, like we can't do anything about it. But nonetheless, shout out to the other people that like waited for us to be done before they like entered into the frame. We was actually super grateful for that because it was like 4:00 in the afternoon, but people were like, and it was summer, so like this park, it's not popular, but it was like you expect people to be walking through this area. You know what I mean? So I was just super happy that they were very accommodating and very like they were chill. You know what I mean? So shout out to bro, shout out to all of them. But anyways, another major caveat: timing. Like just Like we kind of shot this like as soon as we were done with practice and everything, and we found out the locations. It was literally no. The hardest part was definitely getting locations. Like we had to find a way to get everybody, like especially for the dancing, all together and then make it look dynamic and cool, and like the background to like that, and then also choreograph like making sure everyone's time is accommodated for. So we had to make sure that we was really on point, like on our end, make sure there was no hiccups. Because if we cancel, then it's like, now they two people called out of work, and it's like, bro, like they might not pull up to the shoot. You know what I mean? The next time. So those are things that we were worried about. We had a few people be late, but that just comes with like the territory of like working with people. But other than that, like we honestly, like, it was great, like, like everything that was set against us, we were able to flourish and thrive. So I'm just happy that it was just a good product. Honestly, like I can't complain about it. But this was a great video, and y'all gotta watch it. Like honestly, I'm gonna put the link in the description. But I'm super happy that y'all was able to like watch this video with us, and yeah. By the way, all this shit was shot like with those two cameras. But you only need one camera for real. Like just one camera. We used the natural sun. Like we did not use any lighting. We just used the natural sun. Right? I didn't have to use any external lighting source. So that was great. So a lot of this shit is like DIY. Like we did it ourselves. We didn't even use a reflector. Like a lot of the stuff that like I'm noticing with the video, like it was just props, and like we bought the hair mask for like $5-6, bro. Newspaper was free because we found it in the local thingy station, and then yeah, that was it. The umbrella, he already had an umbrella. Like we didn't have that much stuff that we needed for the shots, so that's what also made the video really nice. Because I think when it comes down to it, like it's just unique. Guys, everything is great. That camera was recording everything. I'm so happy. But yeah, y'all. Like I said, everything that we did, it was just possible because like we wanted it. So, like I said, like we shout out to Isaiah. Obviously, he did his big one in helping, you know, find the dancers and help finding the choreographer. In terms of location, we were like the main ones finding locations. But yeah, like this was his baby, and I'm super happy that we were able to bring it to life. It was such a great project, honestly. But like I said, y'all, I'm super happy that y'all enjoyed yourselves, and yeah, this video was great. I loved it. I loved it so much. So you already know what to do. I'm not even gonna get too much into it. Just subscribe, like the video, comment what was your favorite part. Tell me what kind of videos you want to see in the future. And yeah, it's Chris. It's been real.